good, the bad, and the odd. You're so cool, Brewster.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd. We're your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
So this is a free pick one, right?
Yeah, this is my free pick.
Your free pick, and we're actually covering something you mentioned in the comfy
I mentioned
chair.
it in our comfy chair for last time.
I didn't think I was going to get to it, but I did. So we can talk about it. It's Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, the sequel to Into the Spiderverse.
Into the Spiderverse from 2017, I think.
Oh my God, was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was quite a while ago.
Oh, I thought it was like 2 years ago. I feel sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
2018.
2018. Oh, okay. That's still a long time ago. Okay. Let's. I mean, we're going to get into spoilers heavily in this, but let's just give a
kind of difficult to talk about without spoiling stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it, but a lot of it's very good.
All right. Let's just briefly take our opinion without spoilers, and then we will get into spoilers. So, what did you think of it? I mean, you said it last week.
This is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
All right. Okay. I thought it was decent, but I actually like Into the Spider-Verse better.
Okay.
I thought it was a bit more coherent. This was so in your face and intense all the way through. I liked it, don't get me wrong, I really liked it, and it's close, but I actually prefer Into the Spider-Verse a little more. However, I suspect there is another one coming after this, isn't there? I suspect I assume it's going to be a trilogy, but it might be more. I suspect when that trilogy is complete, that is the best time to appraise which one is which, in ranking. It's really hard to tell at this point because it's a really rich world they've created here.
Yeah,
right?
the whole Spiderverse is really interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, obviously you prefer this way more than the first one, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say I enjoyed this a lot more than the first one.
Yeah.
So.
Whereas I put it on a par with the first one, but I actually still prefer the first one a little more. This was a bit too full on for me. No, that makes it sound like I didn't like it. That's not true. Yeah. I just felt it was a smaller scale. The first one was a smaller scale story that worked completely. If you know what I mean. Anyway, right, okay. So at this point on, we are talking spoilers.
Okay.
Right. I mean, so this is a Sony film, right?
Yeah, this is Sony.
They are kicking Marvel's ass at the minute.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Like, I'd argue even Venom 2 was, like, just fun. Like,
I like first Venom.
Yeah. No, I'd say Venom 2 because it's, like, more recent.
Okay.
So, but, like, all of the Sony, like, Marvel films, Morbius, not great, but, yeah.
No.
Venom 2, very fun. The Spider-Verse films, amazing.
Amazing. So, yeah, and they've got a few characters licensed, haven't they? And I was expecting to see some of those turn up, and you know what, they may have been in it and I missed them because there was so much going on.
It's not incorrect to say that every film and media iteration of Spider-Man appears in this in some way.
Yes, so. I saw so many different versions that I recognised, even down to the slightly different colours of some of the episodes in the original anime Spider, because some of the colours look more washed out in some episodes, and they even had that fine-tuned tuning, which was kind of amazing, actually. I was also expected, and again, you may have caught this and I didn't, I was expecting to see pretty much all of the characters that Sony have licensed. We saw the Vulture. Vulture was in this.
Yeah, we saw Vulture. Well, Sony basically have the entire Spider-Man roster.
Okay, so they could have used...
So they could have used Venom and such, but they kept
I didn't realise that.
They used Mrs. Shen from the Venom movies at one point. Yeah.
They also, I was expecting to see like Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, and things like that. But yeah.
Well, they're getting their own movies, so they don't want to like they don't want to like push out the
anything. But as a very brief, as the camera panned through things kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? This is probably the most bonkers film of this kind. I mean, we're seeing more and more films like this, aren't we? I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once is kind of and in fact, I think I saw that referenced, right?
There was a sign that was like
a donut, right?
Yeah, it was a bagel. It was like all of it's always All of it, all the places, always. Not instead of everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, I saw it referenced. And the very first spider we see, which is 42, I was thinking, is that a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? But in fact, no, it's
part of a protracted thing. It is actually Spider 42 in the comics that bit Miles. It's part of like a test batch to recreate the spider incident.
Yeah. And basically, there's various other characters that are kind of interested, and we do. Yeah. I think I asked you this last time, and you didn't want to say, but for example, we briefly see Spider-Man Noir, don't we? Yeah,
Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham. They get archive audio cameos. Like it's.
Nick Cage didn't come back, right?
No, it's for both of them. Like it's just archive audio at the moment because it's not. They don't talk. It's like Miles remembering stuff they've talked about.
I see.
So like John Mulaney's voice is in it. It's not new audio. It's just a repeated line where he's like talking about loss in terms of being a Spider-Man.
And it actually starts with. And the thing
it starts in Gwen's world, which was cool.
And I was struggling. It's like, hold on, I thought I remembered Into the Spider-Verse, but I thought we were going to see Miles, but no, it starts with Gwen.
It starts with a protracted bit about Gwen and her backstory of being the... she fought her version of the Lizard, which turned out to be Peter Parker.
How weird.
And in the fight, Peter dies.
Yeah.
And Spider-Woman gets blamed, so she has to become... It becomes way more vigilante for her.
And her dad's hunting
her. Her own dad, Captain George Stacy, is hunting her. And then a huge fight breaks out at an art gallery involving a Renaissance-styled vulture, which I loved.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci kind of vulture. What was this character's name? Was I've forgotten. I know he was a major character, but the vampire guy.
Yeah, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, he was Spider-Man. And we get another Spider-Woman who's got this big-ass afro. Really cool.
Yeah,
she's pregnant too. I love that.
A pregnant Spider-Woman who spends most of the film on a motorbike.
Yes.
Yeah. So they get introduced, and we also meet Lila, Spider-Man 2099's like AI assistant, who just kind of smack talks him the entire time.
Yep.
She's like, okay, what do you need? He's like, just do the thing. He's like, what? Come on, say it. Come on. Call for help, please. I didn't hear you. Call for help. Yeah, I already called him. Okay.
Yeah. And I honestly, when I saw he was a vampire, thought Morbius was going to somehow tie into all this, but it wasn't. It's not the case. He's just a vampire, I guess.
From what I know in the comics, he has like actual spider venom glands, so he can bite people and do that.
Okay. But he's not a vampire then?
He's not a vampire as far as I'm aware.
He's just
so this may be something for the film. This may be something in the comic books that I hadn't seen yet.
Right.
Yeah. I know he doesn't actually have a sticking ability, so he can't actually stick to walls. He has to like claw his way
He's
through
super strong and fast though, isn't he? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
He uses claws and things.
So we get our like reintroduction with Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, who's the pregnant woman on the motorbike, and Gwen. And then Gwen basically has to bail out of her reality because her dad finds out and he starts to arrest her.
He starts reading her rights, doesn't he? And he cannot process it properly, I don't think.
No.
It was pretty cool. And basically, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman, becomes recruited as a time cop. Time and space cop, really.
Reality cop is more accurate. But so from there, we actually cut back to Miles, who's Spider-Manning it up.
He is, and having criminals. A good time.
We get like kind of a montage similar to the previous film where we got like, hey, Spider-Man was introduced to us like, I did this thing, I did this thing. It didn't go well sometimes, but it went well a lot of times. And we get like Spider-Man Miles endorsing stuff, and then having to apologize for endorsing said stuff, and almost missing his like a big meeting with his parents and one of his teachers. About his
schoolwork,
about what's going to be going on with his life.
Let's just mention the artwork before we go on. Because Gwen Stacy's world is kind
all of the
pastel-y.
realities have a completely different aesthetic and colour scheme. So Gwen Stacy's is pastel watercolours sort of thing.
Yeah.
Miles's is kind of just a normal animation. When we eventually go to some others, we get some bright neon, like yellow sky, sort of green everything else, pretty much. I think my favorite sort of animation art style, because a lot of the Spider-Man keep their animation, their like weird sort of universal specialized animation in their new place. My favorite was Spider-Punk.
He kind of not changed. He was like almost ripped out of a page and stuck in,
like a
wasn't
punk like album cover.
Yes, it was very cool. So and also they were borrowing the whole look was kind of borrowing. Sorry, the whole. When I say a look, there wasn't a look. That was the point. It kept evolving and changing and to suit whatever was going on. But that aesthetic is kind of borrowed from some of the more sophisticated graphic novels that started coming out in the 90s and onwards. I'm thinking, for example, of Batman's Arkham Asylum comic.
Yeah.
If you read through that, there's a lot of different styles throughout. In addition, they're also borrowing heavily from Marvel's own comics, in that we get a lot of like little asterisks and messages appearing.
Yeah, I did quite like that, especially
I did.
Bit of the spider. We did like a pan around of the spider troop, pretty much, and we got a lot of like asterisks. I reckon if you went on a frame by frame, you'd get all the information about whichever spider people you want to read about.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. There's a lot to take in, and this is a film, when you buy it, that you could slow it down.
Every frame, you could like make a poster of every frame.
Yeah, it looked beautiful. It was a beautiful piece of art, this, I have to say.
Yeah.
The first one was too, but this just took it to totally... There's very few films I can think of that are anything like this. And like I say, the nearest is... and these are like in kiddie training shoes compared to this film, but I'm thinking Ready Player One and Everything Everywhere All at Once are the only two I'm kind of thinking might even be close. But and of course the first Spider-Man, Into the Spiderverse. But this is next level, really, and it is full on. And I felt the film could have been a bit shorter because of that. Because it was. Did you find it tiring?
No, I was invested the entire time.
Okay, yeah. No, I was invested. I just found it.
Like I
could go and have a sleep now.
recliner chairs, and for most of it, I was sat up, like leaning forward, sort of thing. It's like, okay.
I mean, it's 140 minutes. Apparently, the longest ever animated film from an American studio. So that is something, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun, and it was like the plot also. I followed it, but it was kind of, you had to pay attention.
You couldn't just sort of like this. This was not like a kid. So let's just put it on for the pretty colors. Like stuff happens. You got to pay attention to what's going on in the film.
Yeah, and it's sassy and snappy. It's like the Buffy vibe for this decade, really. Snappy dialogue, a bit like Marvel. Marvel snappy dialogue that's kind of is funny and sassy, but also meaningful and sort of informs both the inner sort of dialogue of the people saying it and what's going on and stuff like that.
There wasn't a wasted line in it.
Yeah.
All of it was to introduce in very important plot details or like a cameo. It was 99% plot details. So.
And the thing is, the other thing that was a bit, you had to keep up is the bad guy who first appears, Spot. Just appears like a goofy idiot, right?
Yes.
Who doesn't really know what he's doing. He's trying to rob the ATM and he's making holes in the wrong places and stuff like that. He can make holes.
Spot's powers is he makes holes in reality. That's true. It's one of those it's a simple power, but the utilization of it is makes it horrifying.
Yeah. He realises he could use these holes to move through dimensions, doesn't he?
Yeah,
basically?
So his backstory, as he very quickly explains to Spider-Man, to Miles, just to clear stuff up, because as they make a joke in this film, they're all kind of called Spider-Man. So so Miles, he explains to him that he was actually one of the original scientists on the reactor, that's super collider from the first film.
Yeah.
He bought the spider through the spider that bit Miles. So he sort of made this Spider-Man. In return, he was also present at the second Collider, where all the different Spider-Men fought like Doc Ock, the Scorpion, and Kingpin.
I was confused by that whole spider coming through, because I thought he was saying the spider came through with the second event, but somehow went backwards in time.
The first one because it was a test.
Right, that I missed. That wouldn't be that's one of the reasons I was confused. Right,
if you remember, in the first film, Gwen actually went back in time as well. Yeah. So it's entirely possible, but it is during the first Super Collider event.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
So
okay, but we all basically, I don't know.
Yeah, so
they've early to reveal the plot.
Like we've said, it's spoilers. Basically, the guy's like mad because everyone's turned on him because he's just like a white outline of a person with black dots on him.
Yeah, everyone's laughing at him.
Yeah, everyone's laughs at him. He's also, if you remember the first film, there's a bit where they're trying to sneak out of the Alchemax labs, and Miles chucks a bagel at someone.
Yeah,
this is that guy.
That's that guy.
This is that guy.
He's got a lot of chips on his shoulders.
He very much hates Spider-Man. And when there's a brief confrontation between him, Miles Morales, and Miles' dad, Jefferson, where he goes, "You made me Spider-Man." Jefferson just sort of casually goes, "Why'd you make that guy Spider-Man?" It's like, shut up, come on.
Yeah, there's a few in jokes that originate probably from the Batman 66, where people say, "Wow, he's just like Bruce Wayne's just like Batman in some way." That happened in the original Batman series, and there's a few jokes along those lines in this as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
And we also
we're kind of introduced to the shortly after this, we're introduced to the sort of the Miles's sort of story arc in this.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that a bit?
Yeah, so basically, Miles is having trouble, as ever in these Spider-Man things. He's having trouble balancing his life between being Spider-Man and being Miles. So the first they give is like, he's doing so bad, he's like got a B in Spanish, which is a language he speaks. So
wow,
his mum is, I think she's Puerto Rican, is what she is. Yeah. So she's and the teacher they're talking to is just like, yeah, he's got a B in Spanish, and she immediately starts like snapping her fingers. And it's just like, what's going on? So, so his dad's also got a promotion to being the police captain. Yeah, and they're holding a big party to celebrate. Of course, in the act of Spider-Maning, he's kind of forgot some stuff that he needs to do, and he messes a bunch of stuff up.
Yeah,
and he gets grounded. So he retreats to his
2
room.
2 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it keeps escalating. It starts off as a month, and then 2 months, and then he basically retreats to his room. He's like, just zones out, puts some headphones on. That's when a portal opens above him, and Gwen hops through.
Yes.
So we get a bit of a lot of reminiscing, really, because he's missed Gwen, because it's been, I think, a year since the incident, the previous incident. So he's like been alone, pretty much. He's had no one to tell this to or talk to about being a Spider-Man. Because again, his mentor figures, the first Spider-Man of his dimension is dead, and Peter B. Parker is also gone. Yeah. And Gwen, he has a thing for Gwen. So she finds his sketchbook, and she's like, "Yeah, I missed you too." So they go swinging for a bit, and they just sort of hang out. And his parents find out, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. So,
yeah. So, but it turns out she's trying to track Spot.
She's not actually there for him. She's trying to track down whatever's causing the.
And the other Spider Woman's like saying, "You're still on target. You're still doing what you need to do." But then we start hopping around different dimensions as well.
As Gwen leaves, Miles follows her. Yeah. And then we get cut into New Mumbattan, which is the previously mentioned neon yellow skies and neon green everything else. Yeah. And we get a pretty fun bit of them chasing Spot as he sort of like tries to get to the Alchemax Super Collider of Mumbattan. What's the world? Earth 50101.
Yeah. And we get an Indian Spider-Man.
Yeah, we get Spider-Man India, who's not... He doesn't have a spider bite. His powers are magic instead.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like a combination. Instead of having like the spider bite, which gave him like the ability to crawl on walls, and also his things. He himself is magic, which gives him the agility as well as sticking to stuff, and he has a bangle that functions as his web. So we've sort of run over of him, as well as his fury at chai tea being a thing, because chai just means tea. You're just saying TT. Why are you saying that?
So, they're going, oh, I love chai tea.
Multiple characters, and including a bit where Spot, the villain, goes I'm here to find myself, because he's searching for more power from the Super Collider.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man India, who's Pravita, because he goes like, oh man, that's a racist stereotype. What are you gonna do? Eat, pray, love me, bro? You're gonna ask me about saffron, naan bread? And he's like, no, I don't do that. That's not what I meant. No, that's not what I meant. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna go on about chai tea next. It's like, oh, I love chai tea. It's like, stop saying chai tea.
Yeah, chai tea. He's really annoying. Also, Spider-Punk turns up in this bit, doesn't he? Or is there a
scrap? The Spot basically locks himself behind an energy shield, and Miles tries to break it by like absorbing it. Spider-Punk just comes and smashes through, and God, his animation is great. Most of the time was spent figuring out his animation specifically.
Really?
It's like, okay, so in animation, there's 24 frames a second, standard sort of film reel speed. Normal stuff is animated on 2s. The frame changes every 2 seconds.
No, you mean the frame change?
Yeah, the frame changes every 2 frames.
So it's 12 a second.
Spider-Punk, he's like body movement is animated on 3s, I think it is. His coat is animated on 5s, which is insane. It's like every part of him is moving at a different pace. So it's like,
and it does come across as more a moving picture than an animation, doesn't it? In some places, if that makes more sense, it kind of looks like a picture that's out of sync with everything else. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool.
Oh, and we should also say there's lots of other bits as well. So there's a Lego dimension that briefly gets dipped into, and comes like you think it's just a joke. Like Spot kind of hops through a couple of other dimensions, including the Lego dimension, and he bumps into Mrs. Chen from the Venom movies.
Yes.
And then at a later point, it cuts back to the Lego dimension, and that Peter Parker reports into Miguel O'Hara. It's like, yeah, we've had some sort of like dimensional disturbance here. And he's like, okay, you're one of our best. It's like, okay.
Yeah, he does say that. Yeah. There was another thing I wanted to pick up on. I like the punk one. There was also some funny little references. For example, when they were in like India, there's a point. This lovely building is where the British stole all the good stuff and all that.
Apparently they had the guy that plays Professor. Like they had him like touch up the script. It's like, okay, we wanted to make like local jokes, but we're not from there. So what's good local jokes? And he's like, okay, traffic.
That's this traffic jam.
So here's where the traffic is. Here's also where the traffic is. There's some more traffic. And here's the building where the English stole all our stuff.
Yeah,
that's like, okay.
That made me laugh. And I like also how Spider-Punk is kind of political in a safe way, but he's just talking about smashing the system.
I beat up fascists, I hate the AM, I hate the PM, and I hate labels.
Isn't that a label?
Yeah, and then like he's getting choked out by Spot, and he's like, "Oh, I hate teams." And Miles is going, "Are you in a band?"
We have to say his guitar is part of his thing, isn't
consistency. The guitar is also animated at a different rate.
Yeah, so his guitar is part of his power.
It's not the same sort of power, but he seems to like understand Miles's ability enough that he can advise him on it. Yeah. So he like one of the first things he does is like, okay, so you were just doing it with your fingers, use the palm. That's better. And that comes back.
Yeah.
So
it seems very helpful.
I like that they kind of set it up to be some sort of weird like love triangle, and immediately Hobie's like, you guys, like, I'm in on this. I'm like, he's just best friends with everyone.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He's very likable.
yeah.
Anyway, the plot moves on, and finally they go to kind of Spider World. I don't know how else to describe it.
They go to 2099. So,
Right, it's full of Spider-Men.
Yeah, this is where the Spider Society's base is. I think that might actually be the name. So
we see every variant of Spider-Man.
yeah, we see loads. There's like the Scarlet Spider. There's
the only
Spiderette.
one I don't recall seeing, and I reckon it was there, and I just didn't notice it. There is an iteration of Spider-Man where he actually grows 6 arms.
Oh yeah, the mutant Spider-Man. Yeah, apparently he was in it. So.
He was in it. Yeah. So they're all kind of there. And I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you saw this, but there was one bit and it was like, was that what I think it was? He was walking through the place, and there was a guy crying up against the wall without a mask, and it looked like Nick Cage to me.
No, that was Scarlet Spider. So that was okay. So Ben Reilly is a clone of Peter Parker. So he has all the same powers. But he has a lot of like angst about like, oh, what am I, sort of thing, standard clone sort of stuff. That was Andy Samberg. So
yeah, how about that? Okay, because at one point some of the animation made him look a bit like a young Nick Cage. I thought, is that meant to be Nick Spider-Man Noir before he became? I couldn't understand it because I thought they were all fully formed at this point.
There was all sorts of like weird sort of spider variations. Like there was the Bombastic Bagman, which is literally just a Fantastic Four uniform with a bag over his head. Yeah. So
there was a cowboy Spider-Man with a horse that wore a mask.
Yeah, that could also stick to stuff. Then there was a T-Rex. There was a cat. There was I quite like Spider-Bite, who was like a hologram. She lives in a VR world, so she can like she has all the same sort of spider powers, but she can like split herself as well.
Yeah, definitely. Some of these Spider-Men were from games. There was games.
Yeah, they specifically brought attention to it. It's like, okay, so this is a villain from a game. This is a Spider-Man, also very video gamey, and it was the Insomniac Spider-Man.
Right. So. Yeah. I was going to say something. I keep forgetting what I was about to say.
Yeah.
But there was a lot going on there.
Yeah, there was. Someone pointed out, like, so they sort of roll it by. It's like, here's a video game Mysterio. Here's Mysterio, a lady Mysterio. Here's video game Spider-Man. And as they're rolling past, apparently there's like Atari Spider-Man characters from like the old Atari consoles. So they're like just squares. So
I just remember what I was going to say. There's also a lot of cuts to show a stack of Spider-Man comics as well.
Yeah, they continue the sort of ongoing thing from the previous film where they introduced like all the Spider-Man with like just like they slap a comic down on it and then sort of roll on with the intro. Yeah. So they do a similar thing with like slap Spider-Punks on, slap another one on for Gwen, sort of thing.
In addition. We also see some of the villains in like weird orange bubbles.
Yeah,
don't we?
I really liked the cameo we had here of Donald Glover, who might be the MCU Prowler. So
right, okay, yes, I forgot we haven't even talked about the Prowler. Does crop up a few times.
Yeah, so the Prowler, if you remember the first film, he was Miles's uncle. In Spider-Man: Homecoming, Donald Glover appears as Aaron Davis, who, like, in one of the post-credit scenes, Spider-Man, like, webs into his car to ask him some questions. But in the post-credit scenes, he does actually mention Miles by name. So,
okay, cool.
So he may well be the MCU Prowler.
Right. Well, okay. We also see Peter, one of the variants of Peter Parker with a baby, a toddler.
This is Peter B. Parker from the previous film.
Yeah,
so,
and he's got Mary Jane's.
Yeah, he married his Mary Jane and had a kid with her.
Called Mayday.
Really sweet. Mayday Parker.
He's got some powers.
Spider powers. He made her a web swinger. I don't know why he thought you'd do that. And there's like a few jokes. They use the word crap a lot more than I thought they would in a like kids film.
They're kind of relaxed.
I quite liked it. It's like, she's just kind of taking a crap. And then Fucking Spider-Punk is in the background, it's like taking a crap on authority. I salute.
Yeah, and we also
Like-
get a few other cameos. We certainly see in some of the imagery the previous Spider-Mans like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, we
sounds
see
like,
all the
right?
cinematic Spider-Man get mentioned in some way.
Yeah.
So we see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they mention Tom Holland's. So
Yes.
yeah, but we also get a lot of like the animated show Spider-Man. So if you ever watch Spectacular Spider-Man, he's in the movie,
Right.
voiced by Josh Keaton as well.
Nice.
Like there's cameos of the original like Spider-Man from 1966 cartoon. He
Wow.
shows up briefly, and
Yeah.
there's a joke about how he's two-dimensional. So
Yeah. I remember how they put that skin in the Spider-Man game, the first Spider-Man game, not the first one, the one recently.
yeah, the Insomniac.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
that was very cool. We also see Doc Ock, the female version of Doc Ock, don't we?
Yeah, we see a lot of like cameos of different characters. So there's like the Rhino, and then there's just an actual Rhino, and then there's Mysterio. We see a lot of them, and they're kind of just being sent back to their own universes because there's a lot of stuff going wrong, and villains are starting to break through into other universes accidentally.
So this is kind of the plot. We finally find out the plot right at the end. We find out the plot, which is essentially that
The
first
universes are
incident.
slowly kind of unraveling.
Yeah, because of that first incident where Miguel was bitten by a spider that shouldn't have been there, which means
Not
there
Miguel,
was
Miles.
Sorry,
Basically.
Miles.
Yeah, so the Super Collider incident would have happened somewhere. It would have happened in the multiverse. Now they do demonstrate the spy. They call it like they give it some techie name, but Miles immediately goes, "Oh yeah, the Spiderverse," and they do demonstrate. It's like, okay, so in a lot of these things, someone's uncle dies, and they do show.
They call them
show
canon
Andrew
events.
Garfield. Yeah,
These canon events have to happen for the Spider-Man
and
to fall.
they do show. It's like we know this has happened to you, like because his uncle, the Prowler, got killed in the previous film, and that's like it's just like Miles, Peter, Gwen, a couple of others there at this time, and they're like, okay, so the canon events, and they're like, okay, so here's the bad thing. There's usually a captain. It's usually Captain Stacy who dies in Spider-Man's arms.
Right.
And then Miles goes, my dad just got promoted to captain. And they are all very quiet.
Yeah.
It's like...
But he rejects that. He totally rejects that.
Like as he's kind of putting it together, you can see more and more spider people show up in the background.
Yeah.
And try to he's like, so what is this? Are you like slowly letting me down? Like what's going on here? What are we doing? This is like I'm gonna try and stop it. And Miguel O'Hara's like, you're gonna try, and immediately like chains him in. We get a fun bit where like Hovey's like, okay, here we go, because he's clearly not happy with this. He's like, okay, here we go, and so goes Hovey, you're not helping. He goes, good.
Yeah.
And as they're all arguing while Miles is in this like electrified ball thing, Hovey walks up and does he gestures to his palms again. It's like the palms, and then it like Miles is able to blow it up.
Yeah, basically Spider-Punk gets him out.
Dips at this point. He's like, I quit, and just like leaves. I should mention, because it's going to come up later, Hobie was like just pocketing stuff as he was walking through the thing.
Yeah.
Miles then runs. He just legs it.
Yeah, with all
And we
the
get
Spider-Man
the
chasing.
very much advertised, every single Spider-Man is chasing Miles Morales.
Yes.
So they are... Every Spider-Man that they showed emphasis on, so we get the sort of cowboy Spider-Man, the T-Rex Spider-Man, the cat Spider-Man, they all get like a little moment of like trying to stop Miles, and then it just becomes like a big melee of everyone after him.
Yeah.
And then it's like he ends up on like an orbital. There's brief like just like stops where one of the characters he already knows tries to like talk him down. So like Peter B. Parker, he's like, okay, so here, take the baby for a moment, and just hands Mayday to Miles.
Yeah.
It's like he starts talking, and he tells her, it's like, you really do not know how to hold a baby, because he's kind of got his arms out, and the baby's like lying face down on his arms, sort of in the Superman pose. It's like, you don't hold a baby like that. It's like, okay, we get this kind of sweet like thing of like, I kind of had the baby because you inspired me to be like this, and it's like to be better. And then like Peter B's like wristband basically goes, okay, we got your location, we're coming after Miles. And he's like, no, and Miles chucks the baby back at him and runs.
Yeah. Okay, so let's not. We don't have to go beat by beat. Basically, Miles does get away, but he gets. This I was a bit confused here. He gets back to Earth, but it's
back to Earth
where no one's heard of Spider-Man. He tells his mother he's Spider-Man. She goes,
it's like,
who?
I'm Spider-Man. She's like, okay, and walks off.
Yeah, she's like,
and
who?
And then we get the real reveal point, because the way the returning thing, because they've been sending the villains back to their own reality. It's like, okay, we got a thing that can read what dimension you're from based on your genetics, and send you back there. It's called the Go Home Machine. It's its own little horror thing, where it like webs you up and then just teleports you. It gets him. Like he tricks everyone into leaving, and then goes back to the base, and then gets himself put through the Go Home Machine. And then he gets sent home, and Gwen also, because she's like his friend, gets sent home, and her like dimension hopping thing gets deactivated. She has like quite a long, heartfelt discussion with her dad after this. Yeah, she goes home.
I should say we haven't mentioned Miguel is almost the big bad in this, and
Miguel is the villain.
The canon has to be adhered to.
Has to happen. If it doesn't, reality will break down.
And Gwen doesn't believe it either, does she? Eventually,
so they're like, I like it. It's cool that it's like it's an arguable point, but he's very wrong. Because they do say like without Uncle Ben dying, a lot of us wouldn't be Spider-Man. Yeah. So it's like I'd argue that like the attempt to stop him and the failure is like more of a driving force there. You're just going to make him into a villain if you lock him up, let his dad die, and then But so we get Gwen has a long heartfelt talk with her dad. This is like. And she finds out he quit. He's not a captain anymore.
Okay. So she realizes then the canon doesn't have to be
canon can be changed. Yeah. Without fracturing. It's like if he quits, he's not a captain anymore. The captain doesn't have to die. Yeah. So she's like Kingzone's like, okay, so I've got to get to Miles. And then he's like, oh yeah, a guy you said he was a friend of yours dropped this off. And it's clearly like Hobie Spider-Punk has like made his own dimension hopping wristbands.
Oh yeah, he nicked all this stuff, and he just does
it's all the stuff he nicked.
He just drops the stuff off. Yeah, I have to say the end was the most confusing to me. I did not understand what was going on with when Miles met himself and stuff like that. So, I did not. Let's not go into a long explanation. Because
I can keep it brief. They do say specifically him being bitten by the spider changed his DNA. He has gone back to the original universe with the spider. Right. It's no longer his universe. He's gone back to wherever the spider was from.
Right.
In a universe where he was never bitten, he's like more like friends with his uncle.
Oh, I see.
He is now the Prowler.
So he's taken the mantle with the Prowler, and he's a much darker character.
Yeah.
And it seemed a bit odd. So I think
there's a lot of nice touches to the Prowler Miles. So, for example, he said his R's with a rolling R, which is more Latin. Because he's been spending more time with his mum as opposed to his dad.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. But ultimately, what I was really shocked about was this film was a cliffhanger.
It ends on such an amazing.
It's like after over 2 hours, it's a cliffhanger. It's like because I was thinking, how's this going to wind up? It's going to finish in a bit.
Because we've got the new Spider team.
There's a new team.
Gwen, who's brought together Peter B. Parker
Yeah.
She's got the original group from the first film. So she's got Penny, she's got Spider-Ham, and Spider-Man Noir.
Well, yeah.
Non-speaking roles, except for Penny, who briefly gets a thing of like trying to talk down Miles.
Yeah.
Added to this, we get Spider-Punk, Spider-Man India, and Spider-Bite, the hologram Spider-Woman.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. It feels pretty cool.
It's set up to like, okay, this is going to be cool. See you next time beyond the Spider-Verse.
I haven't. Marvel haven't really tackled this kind of thing, other than maybe Endgame and Infinity War, and also a bit of Ant-Man, right? Yeah. The only exception being the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, Series 7, they do time hopping, chasing sort of aliens through different times. So it's quite interesting to see Marvel embracing this, because it is part of their canon.
It's not Marvel doing this, it's Sony.
Yeah, so. I appreciate that, but it's kind of interesting in the Marvel universe is kind of sort of bringing that into this multi-dimensional stuff. Movies will become their own genre if we get more like this. So it ends on a cliffhanger, which was a big surprise, I have to say.
Yeah, I liked it because we got like a three-part thing of like, okay, Miguel is we kind of skipped over the Spot, who back in like New Mombasa basically said, "Oh, okay, I want to take everything from you, Miles." Yeah. Once he powers up to his full state, which inverts his colors and makes him terrifying.
Yeah.
So now he's like just a black outline with white swirls on him.
We lose him in the last act as a villain, really.
Yeah, because he leaves to go back to Miles's dimension.
Yeah.
And
so
it's
that's going to be the next.
They know it's a set time that Miles's dad is going to die.
Yeah. So the next film's due out in March 2024. So not too long. What?
We've only got not even a year to wait.
Yeah, and like I was saying at the beginning, before we did the spoilers, I was trying to avoid sort of being direct on it, but I feel I can't judge this film until I've seen the last one. If that makes sense.
See, I take this as a okay. Would you say you'd be able to judge Empire Strikes Back without seeing Return of the Jedi?
No. Empire Strikes Back. All right. It was a cliffhanger finish, but it was at least a film with a conclusion. Whereas this it's a bit more like Fellowship of the Rings. It kind of stops mid-story. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a conclusion. No, I think I need to rewatch it. It's basically
okay.
I'll wait for it to come out on Blu-ray. I'll probably get it because I've got the other one.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting this on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it is a beautiful looking film. Yeah, that's for sure.
Did this one give you headaches too?
No, I was alright with this.
Okay.
It was. I think it wasn't. The frame rate slowness didn't really bother me at all. Whereas in the first one it did. But I haven't watched the first one on home video again, and I don't know if that'll bother me still either. But no, this one didn't bother me. So I quite liked it. It was very interesting. The whole Gwen's being a pastel-y one, and then Miles. Mostly we're in Miles' kind of animation style, but then we intruded in other universes, and it was different. And it reminded me of Everything Everywhere All at Once when they went into different kind of universes. There wasn't any hot dog fingers, but. Lego World and Leonardo da Vinci World from the Vulture. It was kind of.
I know there is like a Spider-Man 1602. I think it is. There's like a whole Marvel universe that's just them, but in the Renaissance. That's probably where he's from.
Yeah.
Which means that Peter Parker may arrive at some point. So.
Yeah, I bet there was. I bet there was.
Yeah. Now,
Spider-Man Noir.
So one of the things they promised. During the production of this, was that they wanted the Japanese Spider-Man from the TV show they had over there, which is a whole really interesting rabbit hole to fall down, because basically, because of that Spider-Man show, we have Power Rangers.
Okay.
So that Spider-Man, they promised that he was going to show up because he's insane. He's that Spider-Man's whole thing. His title is the Emissary of Hell, first of all, and he has a giant leopard robot It's like,
Oh
yeah,
my
I want to
goodness.
see this.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, and they
that
promised
would
he was going to
totally
be
fit
in
with
this. So the next one, he's going to appear because they were like, yeah, we want that Spider-Man in this.
Yeah.
So
I was just having a look at Wiki. Apart from the sequel to this, which is the third one in this set, which is going to be called Beyond the Spider-Verse.
yeah,
They're also working on a
Spider-Woman spin-off.
Spider-Woman film.
Yeah.
I assume that's Gwen Stacy, but it might not be. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be like a few of the Spider-Women. So Gwen Stacy, who's like, I think her proper name is like Ghost Spider, but in this it's Spider-Woman. We got a Jessica Drew and what looks like it's going to be Cindy Moon, who's
But it's also
superhero
Penny
name is
Parker,
Silk.
right?
Yeah, you got Penny Parker, but she's not mentioned in the thing. So
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, let's get to rating.
Yeah.
Shall I go first, or do you want to go
yeah,
first?
you go first.
I thought this was a really fun film. I really enjoyed it. I do prefer the first one a little. I just feel the first one was a coherent, standalone film. And it was smaller stakes for sure. And it was brash and exciting and stuff like that. This one really took it to the nth degree in terms of mixed artwork and so much going on all the time. The time. And I found it a little, not headache inducing, but a little, okay, can we calm down for a bit? And it did calm down, I'll give it to you. It wasn't, because when it happens, when that stuff doesn't calm down, it starts to actually get boring. The level of action gets boring. But I never got to that point. But I thought, I was a bit worried I was going to get to it now and again. I did like it quite a lot, but not as much as the first one, as I say. So I would give this a 4 out of 5.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so I really enjoyed this. I think this actually improves my enjoyment of the previous film as well, because like me and my friend went back and watched it. There's so much like stuff that foreshadows stuff in this film.
Oh,
so,
that
is
really well. That's good writing, isn't it?
So, like the first time Miles and Peter interact, they have like a bit where their like spider senses go in sync. Peter's background goes blue and red, so Spider-Man's colors. Miles's background goes purple and green, the Prowler's colors.
Ah, that's interesting.
Okay. There's just a lot of times where like there'll be like a very prominent 42 on the scene, which is the universe number for the Prowler of Miles universe. And like a lot of stuff like that. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, this is a 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10. Fair enough. No problem. All right. Well, probably your favourite film of the year so far, then.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. I don't know what my favourite film of the year is so far. Of this year. Oh, I did see something recently that was excellent, but I'm not sure. I need to think about it. Okay. Let's wind up there. I will say next time. It's going to be episode 900, and we're doing something a little special because it's episode 900, which is we're going to go for our Hall of Fames, the Hall of Fame, the good ones, and we're also going to go for our Hall of Good, Bad, and Odd, and work out if anything needs pruning, or if we've missed anything out, or if we should reset the order's kind of vague. We have certainly got a top 3,
add them in the order that we add them. So.
Yeah, but we have got a top 3, certainly in the Hall of Good, Bad and Odd, so it might be discussed about that too. What I'll probably do is put something on our Facebook group to ask if anyone has got any suggestions for something that really should be promoted to one of those halls that we've covered, and we'll get feedback too, and that may inform our decision making too. So we're not doing anything new next week. We're just talking about stuff that we've liked and really feel like it should get promoted. And it might be we add this if you like it that much. We'll see, right? We'll see. All right then. So let's wind up there. So bye from me.
Bye.